Hi, welcome back to Outdoor Gear and Skills. I had the opportunity to go cut up some cardboard yesterday, and I wasn't just cutting the tape, to kind of fold it flat, whatever. I actually had to cut down the middle of some cardboard, cut some flaps off, cover something on a window just to block out some light for some kids. So I was just doing a little thing, and I was actually talking to someone, my friend Aaron, on Sunday about straight edge blades, serrated blades, 50/50. And, one of the things I was telling him is just for the most part, I really don't care for serrated blades too much. I don't like 50/50 blades that much. If I really only could have one, it would be a straight edge blade. A lot of times you're cutting rope, you're cutting paracord, stuff like that. Serrated, isn't great. That kind of thing. One thing I do though, and this is a Gerber paraframe. My dad gave it to me, so I carry it quite a bit. It is 50/50 blade. Again, I wouldn't choose that as a blade type. But one of the things that I do with my serrated blades is I will take that little edge there, and if I have like a sliver, I'll use that point instead of the point of the knife. I'll use the point of a serration to kind of dig slivers out. So it is pretty good for that. I was using this is the Smith & Wesson Extreme Ops. This really is my workhorse knife. I use this a lot. It's inexpensive. It's good steel. It holds an edge. It sharpens quickly. And I think this runs on Amazon for about $13, $14. This may be the best bang for my buck knife that I've ever had. I've got a few of these. But I was cutting with this one quite a bit, like I said, because I just prefer the straight edge. And then I thought, I'm going to switch over. I haven't cut cardboard for a while. I switched over to this one with the 50/50 blade. This actually did really well, just cutting right through cardboard. So I used the straight edge for quite a while, and just kind of cutting through it. This one more, kind of sawed through it as I was getting past the top, the straight edge blade. And so they both worked well. There was nothing wrong with this at all. I probably would go to this straight edge or a serrated or a 50/50 if I'm cutting more cardboard again. But if it comes to cutting paracord, cutting knives, something like that, I'm doing this every time. And so if I only had to have one, like I said, I would go with the straight edge. But, you can see they're both, the same, roughly the same size knife, about the same size blade, handles and everything. I do like both of them where they are pretty skeletonized, so they're able to clean. But it really, depends on where you are. I've just seen some bigger fixed blades where they've got a section of serration, and I've seen them over the years touted for cutting cord and all that. And I just think that's total crap. They don't do well. Whether you are putting rope down on a log, a tree, something, and then cutting it versus, putting a loop and, cutting away from yourself and cutting it. My experience is serrations suck for cutting rope, and straight edge is just so much better. It's so much cleaner. It just grabs. And so I just thought, I wanted to do a quick video on that. The bottom line is, a knife is a tool, just like anything else, just like my flashlight or my Leatherman. My Ford Explorer is a tool. My hat, actually, it's my wife's hat. I stole it. She's going to find out here in a couple hours when I pick her up from the airport. But my hat is a tool. My Apple Watch is a tool. All these different things are tools, and so they do have a little bit different use with the blade types and the steel types and that kind of thing. But I do use this one when I'm around the water a lot, if I'm swimming, splashing around, whatever, just so I kind of have a knife with me or, close by. And so I do keep that with me. But like everything, it's a tool. Sometimes you need a ball peen hammer, sometimes you need a claw hammer, sometimes you need a sledgehammer, or a jackhammer. So I've used all of those, and so it just depends on the application. But my dad, like I said, he gave me this knife, but for a long time he used to like, just why the hell you carry a knife? I carried just something small. I think I still have it in my pocket. I would carry the just this black Cutco knife. It's not that big compared to these ones. It's just small. I actually used to be able to get this on an airplane pre 9/11. But it's just, I cut letters open with this, string off my shirts, whatever. And my dad would just, like, why the hell you carry a knife all the time? That's stupid. And then when he was working in the warehouse of a business that he owned, and they were constantly breaking down boxes, cutting open packages, cutting rope, different things like that. And then my dad started carrying a knife all the time. So there is hope for the older generation. So I would love to hear, what is your favorite knife? Do you carry a knife? Why? Why not? To me, this is an essential. Before EDC, everyday carry kind of became this cool tagline, whatever. I always had a knife. I've carried a knife with me for over 28 years. I think I've been carrying it longer than I've been married. And so to me, it's just a good tool. I always have it in as much as I can. Obviously, I can't get through TSA at the airports and that kind of thing unless I'm checking a bag. But it's just a good tool. So I'd love to hear, what your favorite carry knife is. Do you carry more than one? Do you carry it on your person, in your bag, in your vehicle? Love to hear. For me, it's an essential. This is my go-to. I'm always grabbing this first because I think it's the most universal. And if you don't have a knife and you need to cut something, it's difficult to use another tool. So, as always, thanks for watching Outdoor Gear and Skills, and we'll see you out there.